to be creating this look and also reviewing / doing first impressions on the new MorphexJaclynHill Dark Magic palette. So I just bought this today and honestly I fell in love. I really like how this palette's color scheme is a little bit out of the box, and you know, it inspired me to create something that I wouldn't, you know, usually go for. So this entire eye look is only using the palette. I didn't use any palette to accompany it. And I also used Morphe lashes for the first time. This is in the style, these are in the style Seductress. I don't know, they look pretty dramatic in person. I'm not sure if they're translating like that on camera, but these are actually really easy for me to apply, and honestly I really like them. So if you want to see how to get this look and my thoughts on the palette, just keep on watching. So I've already done my foundation, concealer, powder, bronzer, and everything just to save time on the video and focus on the review. But if you go back to any of my other videos, you can see the whole routine. So I am going in with the Dark Magic palette from MorphexJaclynHill. This is what the palette looks like on the inside. So first I'm going to go in with a blending brush. This is a Morphe M518 and I'm going to go into the shade, this shade right here. And I'm just going to start blending this on my eyes. I wasn't able to purchase the whole vault collection. I was hoping to, but I didn't find time today to go to Morphe, and at my Ulta store they were sold out of the Armed and Gorgeous palette, which was the one I wanted. I've really been into yellow shades, and I feel like for for winter, like those mustardy yellow shades and green shades are going to be really in. So this is a pretty color. I mean, in the palette it looks more neutral brown, but on the eyes it comes off a little bit more cool tone. Like it pulls a little bit more gray on my eyelid, but it blends pretty well. I really hope you guys can't see the bad condition my eyebrows are in right now. I did talk about in a video, which I'm not sure if it's published yet or not, but how I got my eyebrows done and the lady butchered them. Like literally, like on this eyebrow, like I'm missing a whole section of my brow, and this eyebrow was like longer than one eyebrow, so it's a mess. So I'm just trying to grow them in right now, and yeah, I don't know. Like they look really pretty bad right now when they're not filled in, but I just need them to grow back. Next, I'm gonna go in with the shade Busted, which is the shade right here. And I'm just gonna use the same brush, and I'm gonna pack this a little bit lower on my crease. So just under where we placed, wow, that is pigmented. So I'm gonna primarily work this on the outer corner, but then I am gonna start, once most of the product is down on that outer corner, I'm gonna start blending it inwards. Oh, this is really pretty. JaclynHill actually was like one of the first YouTubers I used to watch to learn makeup techniques. I've always thought that she was really like smart about makeup application, and you know, like it always just, her tutorials really seemed like a makeup class, like learning about placement, learning about colors, learning about like shapes of your eyes. And I discovered her because of what was it? I really wanted to learn how to do like a smoky liner. You know, like doing a wing and then like smoking it out, and I found her through that video, which I think was like years ago. And yeah, ever since I really liked her. I've always thought that the products that she's collabed with brands, you know, like she's done a really good job. I'm actually using Prosecco Pop as my highlight. I don't know if the camera's gonna pick it up. Prosecco Pop's one of my favorite to use like on an everyday basis. On my skin tone, it's not like so over the top opaque that it's like annoying. So I feel like I can use it every day. And it gives my skin like a good shimmer and a good like color. And so I was really happy because Champagne Pop, like I bought it and it didn't work very well for me because it was just too light, and I've always liked highlighters that like looked more like the color of it looked more wet on my skin, where it blended into my skin tone, not so much sat on top. I've never really been a fan of like super opaque, like you can tell I'm wearing highlight. I don't know. Okay, so now I'm just gonna take some Tarte Shape Tape. This is in shade medium, and I'm gonna cut the crease. The way I like to do that is I like to just draw like a little bit on the center, and then I'm gonna take a flat shader brush. This is a Morphe M205, and so like I don't know if you can see what I just did. Like, so when you look up, it draws a little bit of a guide for where you should cut it. So I like to just take this product with that flat brush and then start working it upwards. And then I'm not gonna cut my crease all the way out. I don't really want to do that. I like a diffused outer eye. So I'm just gonna cut it on the inner portion of my eye. And so I'm going to take the shade Power Cut right here. And I'm just gonna take that on my finger and pack it onto my eyelid where we just applied that concealer. I feel like the shimmer is not going on as great as those mattes did, which is weird. But honestly, to the touch, it feels really nice. Like, it really buttery. Like, it almost feels like cushiony. It's a really pretty shade though. The thing I like about this palette is that it's like out there, so I feel like when you get it, like it forces you to be kind of creative, because like it's like not a color scheme that it's where I'm used to. So I like that aspect of it, but I'm probably gonna have to do another look with this because I feel like I'm not doing it justice right now. But I'm just gonna go back in with that busted shade, and now again, like I'm gonna pack this on the outer corner and then just start working my way around. So for me, cut creases more are to like define that lid shade. I don't really like that super structured look to eyeshadow. I really like just super soft looks. So I usually just cut the crease so you can see, like the lid shade more, because sometimes with blending, I bring it down too far in the lid. So that's why I did if you're wondering, like, why would you do the work of cutting the crease and then go over it? I just like the look of a really soft, diffused eye. The matte blends really well with the shimmer on top. Like, the shimmer and the matte are blending really well together. So I don't think there's a problem with the blendability of these eyeshadows. And honestly, like, this blue is so pretty. I just did a blue eyeshadow look with the Alamar palette too. Oh my god, I did not like. Okay, so fun story. Like, I'm really afraid of blue eyeshadow because one of the first times I wanted to take like a makeup risk was with blue eyeshadow, and yeah, it didn't go too well for me. And I got a lot of, I'll say, feedback from my family, and yeah, it just wasn't a good look. And ever since, like, I've been really scared to play with color. And so this brush is like fluffy too, but it has a little bit of a tip and I like that because I can just pick up color on the tip and start blending it, and then the fluffiness of the brush will help me blend the rest of it. And I'm just gonna apply this right in the corner of my eye. So this shade, it has like, I feel like micro glitter, like it's pretty matte and black, and it has micro glitters, which I don't know, like I like my matte black eyeshadows, but I don't really mind micro glitters because I feel like it doesn't even translate on the eye. So I'm just gonna use that to deepen the outer corner, and then I'm just gonna lightly run this along my lower lash line. Okay, and then I'm gonna go back in with that first Morphe M518 brush and back in with Busted, and I'm just going to point the brush upwards, and I'm gonna and I'm going to blend this black out a little. And the reason I say point the brush upwards is so that you don't get the color any lower than you're anticipating. And this is just like something I like to do because I don't really like, like I like control over my lower lash line just because I have dark circles, so I'm really wary of what I'm applying down here because I want it to be blown out and diffused, but I don't want it to go a lot lower than I'm anticipating because I just feel like it accentuates my dark circles that I work so hard to cover up. That's why I like to point the brush up, and if I want to drag the color down lower, I can just do that by, controlling how low I lay the brush, but I'll never go in directly like this. And this is like a really fluffy brush for your lower lash line anyway, so you just want to work like with a light hand and barely touch the bristles to your eyes, because again, it's all about control. Like if you want to blow it out more, if you want to make it more opaque, like you can always go in with more color. It's just always difficult when you apply too much to go back in and erase that. I'm gonna go in with the Vintage Cosmetics No. 3 brush, and I'm gonna just mix the Power Cut and Poof together, and I'm gonna apply that to my. Actually, first I'm gonna go in with just Poof, and I'm going to just put this right under my brow bone, so highlight. I like to do this step like after I've done all my blending, just because I feel like it'll clean up right under there. Because lately I've just loved like super diffuse, like coming all the way up eyeshadow looks, and so I like to do this bit afterwards just to clean up right under there, so that like the eyebrow still has the arch and stuff, and that accentuating it with the highlight, but I don't lose any of that diffusion. So that was really opaque. I'm just gonna go back over with a clean blending brush. This is a Morphe MB25. This one is just a little bit more denser, so I feel like it helps like blend. Like these brushes I feel are really good for diffusing. This brush I just feel like it helps like blend a little bit better. I feel like I kind of wish there was a more pearlescent white in this palette. I feel like that would have just been great. I feel like Poof is a little bit of out of place. And when I say pearlescent, like I guess I mean more like of a satin white, just because like I feel like, I don't know, I feel like Poof is not doing it, but honestly I like this look. It's really different for me, but I am feeling it. Okay, so I'm just gonna really quickly line my eyes. And then you just want to go back in with that Morphe M507 brush and blend out that liner. Just make sure it meshes in with the rest of your look. Okay, and then I'm going to really quickly off camera apply a little bit of a wing liner. I'm going to attempt to put on some lashes. The lashes I'm attempting to put on are Seductress by Morphe Cosmetics. these lashes right here. And yeah, I will be right back. Okay guys, so I completed my look. I was able to apply false lashes, which honestly is a really big accomplishment for me. I am still working on false lash application. So these ones by Morphe, the seductress lashes, are actually pretty easy to put on. They're really dramatic for me. I don't, it's probably just looks dramatic because I don't wear false lashes, but they're pretty long and wispy. Like my actual lashes like end halfway through these ones, so they're pretty dramatic, but I feel like they really complete the look. And I did some winged liner with the Makeup Forever ink one, and then I did go in with one of my favorite nude lipsticks, which is the Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit in the shade Give Me Mocha. And then I just knew I couldn't talk about a Jaclyn Hill product and have matte lips. Like, she is the queen of gloss. And so I did go in with the Allegory Story Plato's Cave lip gloss. I received this in a BoxyCharm, and this is the only lip gloss I have in my makeup collection. I'm not really big on glossy lips, but honestly, like, I think it looks really good. As for the palette, this is again the Jaclyn Hill and Morphe Dark Magic palette. Honestly, this palette, I really enjoyed it because it's really different. Like the color scheme's not something that I feel like, you know, you get a lot in the market, and they're like, the mattes were super blendable, super like buttery. This shimmer I did have a little bit of difficulty with, but right now, like, I'm on an acne medication that I feel like is drying out my eyelids, which is weird because like it's not doing anything for these guys, but my eyelids are dry, which I don't know why, because I'm not even putting on my eyelids. It's a cream. Anyways, so I feel like that might also be a factor in it, but they're really buttery eyeshadows. They blend really well. They blend over one another really nicely. Yeah, I think it's a really good palette. I don't think I expected anything less of both Morphe as a brand. They do really great eyeshadows and at a really good price point. And obviously Jaclyn Hill, like every collaboration she's ever come out with, like I feel like has been really good quality and, you know, just like really consumer friendly. And I do think she kind of takes into account the fact that her fan base is, you know, different skin tones, ages, you know, makeup skill level, and so I felt like this was user friendly. I know it probably looks intimidating again because of the color scheme, but like the blendability and everything else, like I feel like it's very user friendly even if you're a newbie. Yeah, so I really enjoyed the palette, and I really hope you enjoyed this look. I am going to be doing another review of another palette that she has. It's actually Ring the Alarm. I don't know. I'm showing you the box because I'll show you the palette in the video. And if I can get my hands on any more of the eyeshadow palettes, I will be sure to review those. I create looks with that. Let me know if you want to see any more looks with this. I actually really want to play with the greens in the palette, so this shade. And if you enjoy the video, please consider liking, subscribing. You can always follow me on Instagram at rabsbeauty. And I will see you in my next one. Have a beautiful day. Bye.